I hate introductions, but we're gonna do this because I have to do it at some point. Hi, my name is Hannah. I go by A Libras Library. Literally everywhere where there's bookish things happening, that is my tag. At least I try. And I've been making book content for 2 years now, and I never once, like, not seriously making book content. Like, I've been in the bookish community, in the bookish space, and now I want to take, like, my reading and reviewing and, like, community building to a whole nother level. In the time that I've been on TikTok, I have done so many reading challenges, so many reading sprints, readathons. I've also made a group chat that I don't think many people use anymore, but it was like for BIPOC creators and reviewers to like find a safe space. I've done like working with authors and working with other creators, and it's been very fun, but I've also kept it small and in a little manageable bubble for myself. And I've never explored like booktube at all. Like, I have like 3 videos up here, so we are posting 5 videos so I can see what I like to make, what I don't like to make. Forgive the lighting. It is 2 p.m. and I have a bunch of videos to film, so we're working with the daylight that we have. Figured what better way to start than to do a book haul. Everybody loves a book haul. We love to hate book hauls, we love to love book hauls, we love watching them, we love talking about them, and these are all of the books I've accumulated in the past 6 months. Okay, not all of them, but like a good chunk of them. I'm gonna briefly give you guys the title, the author, and like a little bit about the book. I haven't read and most of these, some of them I've started, but I haven't read most of these, and I have them split up into young adult, adult fantasy / sci-fi, and then adult romance. I have tea and I have water because I'll be here for a little bit. Hopping right on in. Young adult. I love this genre. It's so cute. I don't read a ton from it anymore, but there are some authors that I will always read from and some books that I'll always look for. Next is Just Say Yes by Goldie Melodowski, who mostly writes mystery thriller / horror books, and this is her first young adult romance, but I am interested in it because she usually writes like psychological mystery thrillers and horrors. I've been looking for ages is Horrid. This one, it's got haunted houses, it has like mental illness representation and grief. It's also signed. I found this while thrifting, so I think this is a special edition of some kind. I really don't know what special edition it is, but it has like really pretty reversible dust jacket. If You Had Been With Me and If Only I Had Told Her by Lauren Nolan. My friend and I are gonna buddy read these, annotate them, and then like swap. So like I'm gonna read this one and give it to her, and then read this one and give it to her, and then she's gonna give them back to me. Invocations by Crystal Sutherland. This one follows 3 girls and a supernatural serial killer, and I think there's also cults that's in here. Crystal Sutherland is the author of House of Hollows, which was my favorite YA horror in 2022. I think that's when I read it, and I've been waiting 2 years for this book to come out, and you know what? I'm hoping that it's worth the wait because she just has beautiful writing and like beautiful descriptors of like haunting atmospheric scene. A book that I'm almost done with and I'm like going through annotating is A Tempest of Tea by Hazel Faisal. I got approved for the audio arc, so thank you Macmillan Audio, and I have to put up a review of the audiobook as well as the physical book because this is the Barnes Noble's like special edition. I love it so much. It's gorgeous, like it's beautiful, and in 3 or 4 days Hazel Faisal will be here in my state for a book tour, and I'm super excited to meet her and have her sign this one because I've never had more fun with a heist vampire story. I don't like heists, I don't like vampires, but I like this. And then I picked these 2 up because the first book, according to Edelweiss, which is like a review site with arcs, I did request this book, I did read this book, and I did put up a review on this book. I don't remember doing that. I have no memory of Song of Silver Flame and Night and Dark Star Burning Ash Falls White. This is the sequel that just came out. This one's been out for about a year almost. I don't remember anything about it. I just remember maybe enjoying it enough to leave an actual review. So that was all of young adult. Like I said, I don't read a lot from young adult anymore. I do have some more young adult on my shelf that I'm slowly working through, so I don't buy it as often or read it as often to buy. this is also really weird for me to not tell you guys about the books as I'm doing a book haul, because usually what happens is I read all of my books from the library or from KU and then I buy them. These are just books I've bought. So we're moving on to fantasy, which is, I think, like the biggest pile. First up, a gift from my fiance is Rise of the Dark Throne. This is book 1 in a Chronicle series. This is also the smallest hardcover I've ever seen in my life, and it's so cute. Came in the mail and I like nearly squealed because I was like, oh my god, I have been dying to read this book for so long. And I don't think it's available in KU. I think you either have to buy... That map is gorgeous. That is a really pretty map. I didn't know it had a map. A book that I wanted to give away a year ago, but I still wanted to support the author, is Unbreaking by L.D. Waters. This one, I'm doing a reread of it because I think that she's drafting book 2 in this series. It is between like a fae and a human. It gives like very much the same vibes of another very popular fae book in the world, but I think that this one's better. There are better characters, better romance, better like plot line, and like everything about this is just like so well crafted that I'm excited for the second book. Whereas when I read that other fae series, it felt like she was just making shit up as she went, like nothing made sense. And in this one, like everything builds upon itself and it makes sense. Another reason I wanted this copy is because this is the full colorful special edition hardback. I have the paperback. I'm doing a reread so I can annotate, but this is the original and this is the special edition. It's The Principle of Moments. This is only available in the UK, but I found it on Pengo for like really cheap, and this is the Illumicrate version, not the regular version, so it's gorgeous. But like the regular one is also gorgeous. This is a sci-fi space opera that is Doctor Who meets Star Wars. So 2 franchises that I know very little about, but I'm interested to learn more. It's technically not a fantasy, and another one that I definitely want to laminate because I've seen people's copies get like destroyed on the cover, and I don't care about a destroyed book. I care when it starts to like flake off and ruin everything else. Like, go ahead, mess yourself up in the process, but not everything else. And that is Circe by Madeline Miller. I have no ties to Madeline Miller. I have no emotional anything when it comes to her because I've never read anything by her. I'm hoping that I like Circe because I know that she is writing a Persephone retelling. Maybe Circe is like something I should give a shot. Faebound, this is by Sarah El Afari. I believe that is how it's pronounced. She also wrote The Final Strife and The Battle Drum. This is Faebound. It's a completely separate trilogy to the Final Strife trilogy. I've heard that if you like that one, you don't really like this one, but I want to do a reading vlog of all of her books, especially because I think the third one in that trilogy has been announced for this year. So I want to read all of her books at once and see how I feel about them. They are high fantasy, so... Ooh, this one also has a really good map. I like that. Shadow of Sanctuary, this was a gift from a friend. It is a Red Tower book. That's all I know about it. Red Tower, it's very pretty. It gives very much Carnival, Lightlark vibes, but Red Tower and I have beef. Sons of Darkness, this is I think this is a debut author, but they were picked up by Waterstones first and then picked up by an American publisher. So this has had like a ton of edits and enough time to get a really pretty like special first print run. And I love it. I love the cover. I love the idea of like another high fantasy with political intrigue with like a story of overthrowing kingdoms. Clearly you see that there's a theme that I enjoy reading. Next, Lord of the Wilds. This is technically an ARC, but I do plan on getting a finished copy. And this is a new adult romantasy that follows a human in a fae world. I need to get further into it. I've had a lot of unexpected time off, but with that I've been like wallowing and not reading, and so hopefully today, tomorrow, I can like do some reading and get further into Lord of the Wilds. An Education in Malice. This is a Carmilla retelling, which is one of the very first Dracula stories ever told. I did get approved for the audio arc of this one. I haven't started it yet. because I wanted to do like a tandem read, so have the physical and the audiobook, which I wanted to do that with Circe as well. And there's another one, I think. Oh! It's all the way up there. Education of Malice, a retelling of a classic, and it's written by S.T. Gibson. She really loves doing like queer gothic retellings from different perspectives. So I'm excited because A Dowry of Blood was my favorite book of 2021. The other tandem read was The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. This is one that has been on my list, but it's been at the very bottom of my list. I've never had a true interest in reading it until recently, where I saw a book that had a similar premise, but I cannot remember their name or the book. I thrifted this one for like 10 bucks, which I think it's regularly 20. Yeah. And last, not least, but it's Gothicana by Runix. I'm most upset about this book because I had seen nothing but positive reviews and everyone being so excited for it to release, and then, you know, it released, and then the negative reviews started flooding in from when this was indie printed. Like, I found every single negative review that has ever been posted about Gothicana, and I went, great! Where was this before I bought it? So I have it, and I'm gonna read it and give it a shot. It's supposed to be a dark academia, forbidden romance. Oh wait, is there art in here? And that is it for the adult fantasy. Next is adult romance. And this is my favorite genre to read ever, like always, because there's so much. There's so much and so many different like niche genres within adult romance. So we have some dark romance, some contemporary, some historical. I think, yeah, I'm just gonna give you like another quick rundown of all of these, and some of them I have started, some of them I'm in the middle of reading, some of them I have planned for like later videos, so I'm just excited. Starting off strong, but like not so strong, I have Hunting Adeline by H.D. Carlton. Now listen, I really want to be an H.D. Carlton girl, but I did not like Hunting Adeline at all. I didn't like it. I think I gave it 2 stars. And so I want to give this one a try. I also have Does It Hurt by H.D. Carlton. I don't know what this one is about at all. I know what this one is about, and it scares me. Like, I like dark romance, but I don't know if I like this dark romance, you know? Next is Hannah Boden Young, and I got Next of Kin because I've been interested in this one since I've seen Larry's Read reviews, but every time I went to go buy this book, it was out of stock due to a cover change, and so this time I was like, no, we are not risking it. So I got Next of Kin after the cover change. I prefer the first cover. Well, technically the second cover to it. I prefer that one over this one, but I was like, I'm not waiting again, because what if she decides to change her mind on this cover? And then out on a limb, I know this one is giving a cover change, and again, I just wasn't gonna miss out on it because I love like the hints of all of the hints, all of the details on this cover. And the second one, I don't think like conveys enough about what I know this story to be about. Also, Jules, one of my mutuals on TikTok, said that this book made her believe in soulmates, and I just love that. Another book that makes me believe in soulmates is Outdrawn by Deanna Gray. It was my goal this month to read all of Deanna Gray's books. That did not happen. I am finishing Outdrawn today. Like, I don't have that much left of it, but like, I love this sapphic comic book artists that are rivals with a little bit of history. It's slow burn with a little bit of tension, but I think what I love most about this and all of Deanna Gray's like books that I've started is that the characters have their own journey aside from the romance. Like, the romance is always the secondary plot line to it, and it's just them as people first, and that's what I love most about Outdrawn. So I had to get a physical copy to annotate, and instead I've just been reading it and not annotating anything. And then I did get 2 Beverly Jenkins books at a book signing with her and Katie Roberts. I got To Catch a Raven and Wildflower. These are 2 of her Women Who Dare books. I think the only one I'm missing is Rebel. Is that it? Yeah, from this series I'm missing Rebel, which I think is the first one, so I think I should probably find that at the library and read it. I was sent the Mischief and Matchmaking series, which is Don't Want You Like a Best Friend and You're the Problem, It's You, by Emma R. Albin. Thank you, HarperCollins. Specifically the Avon imprint, and Jessica, who is like the literary agent that like talks about these books. First is Bride by Ali Hazelwood. This one just came out. I'm not a huge Ali Hazelwood fan. I did like Love Theoretically enough to pick this one up, which is a paranormal romance, and everybody is talking about how much they love it. I don't think it's an Omegaverse. It might be a shifter romance. I don't really like those, but I'm willing to give it a try. Then I got Nobody's Darling by Sarah Blue. This one is like her special edition that was on her website. This is an actual Omegaverse and an MC, which is Motorcycle Club. Two things that if you tell me you put them together, I'm going to read them. I'm going to read that book and I'm going to absorb it. And this came with like a little sticker, like it's a sticker, and then a little bookmark. Take a Chance by Miyoko May is like a tiny 80-page novella that Ebony, residential reader, recommended in her like Valentine's Day video, and 5 minutes after I watched that video I may have put this in my cart and bought it because it was on sale for $3.99, and I went, $3.99 for a physical book? Sign me up. So yeah, picked up a copy of Midnight Ruin from that like book signing with Katie Roberts. She is so sweet, and the way that she talks about her books and writing and her like career as an author, I just love it. I also love the Dark Olympus series, so I was super excited to be able to go for like the book release slash book tour for this one, because I don't think she's gonna go on another book tour and hit Michigan ever again. Ruin, which is a historical romance that's a graphic novel. I haven't picked up a graphic novel or a manga in a really long time, so I'm hoping that I can read this one and it will like jumpstart that love, because I have an entire manga shelf that should probably be read through before I buy any more. These were both gifts from my fiance for Valentine's Day, and they just got here, and it is her favorite jack-o'-lantern, which is part of the Gummy Bear Orgy series. It's book 2. I have book 1 right here. I have book 1 right here, and book 2. And book 3 comes out in March. So in my head I thought, just start a reading vlog for them to see if you like them. So when this showed up I was like, I might actually do that. The last book, which I think when I opened it I like screamed, just about screamed, because I was talking about this author because she is like a YouTuber and I've been following her for years, and like I got to do like part of the cover reveal for this book series and I'm so excited. I pre-ordered it the day that it was announced, like the ebook. I pre-ordered that, and it is Good Girl by Madison Fox. I absolutely love Madison's content, and I loved Good Girl, and I wanted the discreet edition because it's so cute and like the vibes of it, so good. Also included in the paperback, in the system paperback, that is so cool. When this showed up I think I actually did scream because I really loved it. That was it for my book haul. Again, these were all of the books that I have accumulated over the past, I want to say 3 to 6 months, and usually I do one book haul a year and then I start doing book unhauls throughout the year. This is just like the one that you're gonna see from me for the entirety of 2024, because starting now it's like a book buying ban, but also I don't really like doing book hauls. That's it for me. I'm going to put all my socials at the end of this video, so if you want to find me somewhere else on the internet, and until next time, go watch one of the other 4 videos that I put up, because I worked really hard on them. Okay, bye.